hey, get your sponsor up on speed dial and go cry about it. It wasn't a joke, I don't know how you're laughing. I'm one of them Kentucky people. I'm from Covington and grew up in Independence in Covington. And I've been all around this country on foot. You know, I mean, I've seen the people face to face on foot. And I've never been anywhere in my life where it's as acceptable to go without a t-shirt on as it is in Covington. Now, you can go over Lower Price Hill and you see a bunch of white guys with no shirts on, but they got a shirt in their hand because they just don't have the same commitment to shirtlessness that we have over in Covington. The real funny thing about it is it's almost always white guys, too, and they should know better because we burn them. You know? I've been white most of my life, I know. You know, not only am I white, I'm Irish. I once looked at a photograph of the sun for too long and got to burn them. And they're all showing off their tattoos that they got in their buddy's kitchen. You know what I mean? And they're always real nice. It always says stuff like Lorna in cursive on the neck with spaces all through it and spelled wrong. I've got a few tattoos myself, and there's always guys that are from Covington, or Erlanger too, if you know any of them guys, always want to ask me, you know, what'd you pay for that? I paid $300 for this one. Oh, that's crazy, man. I got this one for free. Look, you know, you got your money's worth, dude, you know? It's just the truth. You get what you pay for. Oh, man. So, I love comedy. I love watching it. I love doing it. And I've seen a bunch of comedy jokes about divorce, and I'm currently going through a divorce, and ain't fucking thing funny yet. I met her on MySpace, and I married her 6 months later, and I guess I was the only one that didn't see that wasn't going to work. I was sold a false bill of goods, is what the deal is. She told me that she could cook, and you know, so the first night that she's going to cook after we move in together, she says she's going to make lasagna, and she goes to Kroger's, and she comes back with this, you know, frozen Stouffer's lasagna. You know, I thought you were going to make lasagna. Well, this is what I get every time I make it. Heating shit up does not constitute cooking. The sun does that, it doesn't wear a chef's hat. And then Thanksgiving, my parents are over and me and Dad are in the basement messing around with something. And she comes down and she says to me, honey, the crescent rolls didn't work. Now, I'm not a professional cook and I'm not the world's smartest man, but I can't for the life of me figure out what the fuck a crescent roll is supposed to do. So I get upstairs, right? And what I find is a cookie sheet with a bunch of triangle-shaped thin biscuits on it. Ladies know she didn't roll them up. That's what it was. I mean, they didn't work. Maybe the batteries were low or something. So that living hell is pretty much over. And oh man, I'm unemployed right now, which is good because I hate working. Not that many of you AA fuckers know about that, right? But I've had a chance to notice some shit, and I notice that certain people that I see doing certain things, I always just immediately assume that they're up to no good. And if I see someone on a payphone, automatically up to no good. If I see somebody with a cup that they brought from their house that's not a coffee cup walking around on the sidewalk, they're probably up to no good. Now when I'm in Covington and I see a 17-year-old girl in pajama pants pushing a baby stroller, I know that she's up to no good. Or recently was up to no good. I drove past Sunoco the other day and there's a girl on the phone in her pajamas with a cup she got in her hand. You know what I mean? On the payphone. I called Homeland Security because I knew something bad was going on. More than likely a dope deal. I'm Covington. Yeah, I don't do drugs, but I did try heroin once for 9.5 years. That sounds like a joke, but really it was like I tried it once and it was 9.5 years later. The experiment was over. It was an utter nobody else will get them, and two, because Alcoholics Anonymous saved my life, and I don't want people who don't go to AA to think I have a low opinion of it. But I've noticed some shit in AA. There's only two places where people clap for the simple fact that you can read, and that's one of them's Alcoholics Anonymous, and the other one you gotta wear a helmet in your bed to go. Retarded people are hilarious. You're all going to hell. Anyway, another thing I've noticed is I've been around for a little while, and I meet all these guys with like 20, 30 years, and they're like, I've been coming around for 20 years, and I still don't know anything. That's not alcoholism, that's autism. It's not funny, why are you laughing? Don't worry, if you feel bad, God will have mercy on you. First time I ever went to an AA meeting was out in Independence, Kentucky, and it was like me and a bunch of dudes who were over 50. And they got mad when I asked them if I was at AA or AARP. AA is also the only place I've ever been where somebody will start out what they're about to say with I don't know and then talk for 20 fucking minutes. That's my opinion, but if you don't know, then shut the fuck up. Yeah, well, I love Alcoholics Anonymous, really. I'm adopted, which thank God for that, because my gene pool in my family is fuck around. Anybody else not have a bad family? But and here's an example why. I got an aunt who she's mentally retarded and she's completely crazy, and thank God she's stupid enough to save her own life. She called my mom once, and we'll see here. Let me give you a little backstory here. Back in the 80s, when the AIDS scare got real bad, she was sleeping with tank bus drivers for rides. Because we shoot high in my family. She couldn't have been sleeping with taxi cab drivers, you know what I mean? There was this one particular driver that she had been messing with, and one of the people on the bus told her that the driver had AIDS, so she went home and she put her head in the oven, right? So she calls my mom, just crying, hysterical. And she's like, oh, Karen, this, you know, told the story I just told you guys. And I tried to kill myself, but I couldn't. It got too hot. Those of you who are laughing understand the difference between an electric and a gas stove. My aunt, however, did not. That's a true story. Like 8 years old, like, Mom, what's going on? Your aunt tried to kill herself again. Like there wasn't nothing wrong with that, you know? Then I got an uncle who's not allowed to sleep with my aunt because he pisses himself because he's a drunk. You know? I understand that, you know what I mean? Wet in the bed at fucking 50 years old. They sell the pens, you know? Yeah. So like I said, I live in Covington, man, and there's interesting shit that goes on down there. And I got to play superhero.